Fair enough.
Well, it's a game show for couples, so I figured they would be the worst possible people you could have presenting that.
I've gone with kids' TV ones, so I'm on that still. The Really Wild Show. Former Salford captain Stephen Wild leads a group of former rugby league pros on a journey through the Amazon rainforest.
Very good. Little People, Big World, the Rob Burrow story.
What's Little People, Big World then? Is that a pre-existing show?
Yeah, it's a pre-existing show, and I've had 4 beers, so I'm going to be careful how I phrase this. It is about people of the stature and genetic makeup of Tyrion Lannister out of Game of Thrones.
People with dwarfism.
Thank you, yes.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you could say dwarf or not.
I think you can. I think it's midget that offends people.
Oh, it's about midgets. I mean, it's about dwarfs. Shit. What's your next one?
Roby and Jam.
Oh,
James Roby and James Graham take to Britain's favourite canals for the adventure of a lifetime.
God,
it was a play on Rosie and Jim. I don't know.
Rosie and Jim. Oh yeah, Roby and Jam. I like it. Yeah. Oh God, that's terrifying. Do they have?
I'm imagining it being more like the Peep Show Stag Do episode than any episode of Rosie and Jim.
Do they also have the mildly terrifying bloke driving the barge?
I'm pretty sure that's James Graham.
Is that James Graham? Well, that's Rosie. Okay, fair enough.
They might run into what's her name, Prunella Scales and her husband, when she's like smacked out of her face doing all the canal stuff that they do on Channel 4. That's a great show. If you want to watch that.
Look at that. Okay. Who do you think you are? A panel of Castleford season ticket holders host a Q&A with Sale Sharks winger Denny Solomona.
And I've got the secret world of Alex Mack. Alex McKinnon does an expose on the lack of disabled facilities at Australia's favourite tourist destinations, instigating a number of lawsuits along the way, as is his want.
Now, first of all, you handled that far more delicately than I did, because I made a joke to you about it being how he suddenly discovers that not having enough WD-40 could be a big problem in life. But the Alex McKinnon thing,
I wanted to raise it as a sort of serious side.
Well, let's have a serious segue, because I think he's coming for a bit of flack, and I'm not sure it's necessarily warranted, because from what I understand is that in order to access certain NRL funding and insurance, he has to make a legal claim.
Right.
In order to get hold of it.
So he's not actually suing them.
That I'm suing the NRL and I'm suing Jordan McLean.
Yeah.
I'm not
suing
them.
I feel sorry for Jordan McLean.
I absolutely feel sorry for Jordan McLean.
Not that I don't feel more sorry for Alex McKinnon, who had a career-ending tragic accident.
What I don't think it is that Alex McKinnon is suddenly this embittered man trying to sue people. I think the way he has handled his injury and his life,
you need to make a police report to make your car insurance claim.
Absolutely, and I think he's just been blown out of all proportion. And actually, I think he's having to go through a process. So I think we just need to chill the fuck out.
Okay, fair enough.
Rather than panicking about it. So my next TV show was Can't Pay, We'll Take It Away. And then I've just put insert Bradford Bulls joke here. Got to the trouble of coming up with a preamble.
Someone I went to high school with was on Can't Pay, We'll Take It Away.
Really?
I didn't see this, but apparently her house was a bit of a fucking shit tip.
Right.
And quite embarrassing for her, I would suspect.
Well, I think it would
After the show aired, her name on Facebook went from including her surname to being just sort of a mixture of a first name and middle name type thing.
Oh, right. To provide some anonymity.
Harder to find, I guess.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
Wow. How many more have you got? I've got 2 more.
I've got 2 more.
Brilliant.
Power Rangers. Manchester Rangers hire their new coach, Phil the Power Taylor, and this docu-soap follows his first year in charge.
Very good. I like it. My next one is Wayne's World. We see the world from the point of view of Wayne Bennett and get a glimpse of his paranoid post-apocalyptic view of the world.
Well, I've got one.
There could have been Wayne's World, which is basically the same thing, only it's got Sean Wayne and a lot of food.
I've got Hey Arnold. RL fans and personalities all berate Wayne Bennett until he at least acknowledges Tanya Arnold's existence with a hey.
Hey Arnold, that's fucking hilarious.
I've got another Wayne Bennett one actually that isn't kids TV related, but it was The Apprentice.
I'll go for it. Yeah.
Where all of the myriad of assistant coaches
we're all just trying to get one job
are all doing these tasks for him to pick them.
There's only one of them going to get a job
to replace him at the end of when he leaves the post. He picks.
Can you imagine?
And the tasks are all stuff like ignoring press interviews. Being offensive to children at Q&A,
working with the young arms. Oh my god! But can you imagine the end of it where he goes
to find ways that NRL players are able to play in rugby league.
Somebody just researching family trees.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, all that happens is this: Sean Long, you're hired. Out now. Well, my last one. My last one is Game of Jones. Jamie Jones Buchanan discusses his favourite board games.
I also
had a tame one, hasn't it?
I also had a Westworld one. That's a non-kids TV one, which was we follow the travails of Dwayne West after the infamous wide to west try, and see the parallel in how his life went after not scoring the wide to west try, compared to Chris Joyne, who did score the wide to west try, and see who had a more successful life after.
Yeah, there you go.
The infamous try.
There'd be a big juxtaposition now. You could have Westwood World, just fucking horrible Warrington forwards around.
as he follows his new career in campanology.
Yeah, I can see that maybe the way he goes. It's fucking hell. Okay, so
yeah, and that was way less offensive than what you're probably gonna hear right at the end.
This was the sorbet to cleanse the palate before what's to come.
There's listener ones, there's simple ones, and then right at the end we hit you with a couple of darker ones.
Yeah, absolutely.
Enjoy.
Absolutely. And hopefully this next bit will inspire some people to tweeting as well, because we started talking about rugby league players being involved in children's TV. So here are some of my ideas for potential TV shows that could involve rugby league. Okay, Big Cook, Little Cook. Doncaster's board replaced Paul Cook with his 3-year-old daughter to see who could do a better job coaching the side. Rangy's Dolls. Rangy Chase hosts a documentary about his favourite Victorian porcelain children's toys. Where are we going? Right. Sonny Bill and Ben, the Flower Pot Men. Sonny Bill Williams and Ben Flower hide in local parks and film themselves happy slapping chavs. Postman Pat.
It's TV.
Yeah. Well, TV shows. Postman Pat. TV crews follow ex-Wigan Warriors winger Pat Richards after his retirement to see him adjusting to non-rugby league life as a postman in rural Australia. Button Moon. Joel Moon teaches underprivileged youngsters how to repair coats and jackets before handing them to their younger siblings. I've got one more. Blue Peter. Wakefield children take it in turns trying to asphyxiate Peter Godinay.
That's just awful, that one.
Dear. So there you go. Those are my rugby league children's TV shows.
Now let's go into RL Kids TV.
RL Kids TV kind of
waiting too long.
It happened out of nowhere, didn't it?
Yeah.
After the episode kind of went off the rails a little bit last week. It was mostly my fault for steering it that way, but it did garner a few interesting ones from people. Shall we do the lovely people's ones first, and then go back through our phones and kind of give the edited version? Because to be honest with you, with some of the stuff,
we sat on Tuesday night, didn't we, having a back and forth of
people read some of the stuff that we were texting each other for ideas for RL Kids TV shows, I'm not entirely sure we wouldn't get arrested. To be honest. So the ones that we read out don't quite plumb the depths of, admittedly, probably well, you've got a dark sense of humour as well, but we'll try and keep it fairly light.
Yeah. So we'll start off with just a few people who just enjoyed the section.
Yes.
In itself. So Chris McEwen, he said,
or Chris McKeown to his parents.
What do they know? He said, line in pain due to gout-related issues. Brilliant pod is helping. The Rugby League Kids TV shows was superb. Mark Dixon, he said, cheers for another fun show, guys. I was in bits at the thought of Jamie Peacock and Earl Crabtree as children's TV presenters. Top stuff as ever. Mm-hmm. Diane, a bit more serious comeback. She said, Reece Sam's team, Jamie Peacock is doing a similar thing on Boots and All, but it's a War of the Roses, a Lanc school against a Yorkshire school. I think that's why I don't know about it, because that's the one Rugby League show that I don't really watch is Boots and All. I watch pretty much every rugby league output out there other than that one, so maybe that's why I've missed out on what exactly that was. Tim G, with a tweet here from Tim G, which is relevant as we go on through the rest of the episode. But add Albert Kelly and Westwood to the It's Okay If You're Ugly Kids, you could still be a pro TV show with Crabtree and Peacock.
Yeah, it's not all about looks. Sometimes it comes down to talent, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Which is perhaps why we don't work on a video medium.
And then let's move on to
some RL Kids TV.
Yeah, so Ramnod, he got in touch with a couple of show names, but didn't go into ideas of what the shows should be. Broadly speaking, what we've kind of gone with, isn't it, is some sort of pun related to a player name and a TV show.
Yeah.
Then turn that into a hilarious docu-soap, basically, isn't it? Yeah. It's the actual show. So we'll kind of decide what these should be, I suppose. Because his first one was Heath Lestrange Hill, so that's a pun on Grange Hill, obviously.
Yeah. So I think that would be the story of Heath Lestrange marrying Chris Hill's sister and taking her surname a la Robbie Hunter Paul.
Yeah.
In these even-handed, non-sexist times. Never. Okay, next one.
Francis Mellytubbies. Now, this one gave me a chuckle.
That's easy. Francis Melly takes a group of overweight youth from an Auckland suburb and beasts them around the town until they're no longer Francis's Mellytubbies.
There you go, I was going to go with something similar.
Oh, we've got a Fulbright.
Well, Tim Griffiths has got in touch by email, so that's the second leg of the Fulbright achieved. And his first one was Range Hill, so again, another tweet on Grange Hill. He's kind of got closer to what we were after. He's come up with synopsis as well of what the show's going to be.
Yes.
So in Range Hill, Chris Hill takes to the driving range.
Yeah, beginner's golf with Chris Hill.
There you go.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Bernard's Watch, which is a TV show I'm not familiar with.
This may be probably about a decade between us and Tim that exists, showing itself. I don't know what Bernard's Watch was.
Anyway, this is funny. Catalan Dragons owner Bernard Gauch spends some time with the local Coast Guard in Perpignan.
Fair play, like it.
Probably making sure not too many hookers go into the sea. I don't know what else they do.
Or does he like a bit of brass, our Bernard?
No, it's just down that way in France. There's a lot of walking hookers, isn't there?
I've not been to Perpignan, but I imagine if it's anything like Barcelona and the Ramblas, then it's absolutely horrific.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
He's got Free Willy, which I enjoy. This is not the concept of Free Willy.
It's out there now, my friend.
Oh, that is getting edited.
Free Willy. Something that Mark enjoys.
Free Willy, Willie Mason, Willie Manu and Willie Isa spend a day volunteering their services for free for the benefit of the community. That's what I enjoy about it, the free for the community part.
Yeah, this is a good one. I want to hear you, just for the tongue twister element of this one.
So, Jukebox Jury. We follow Menzi Yeri on jury service.
Yeah, like it.
And then he's thrown a couple in that haven't got haven't got a synopsis to it. The Lows Down, James Lows, Jimmy Lows.
Yeah.
I remember the Lowdown. It was kind of like a kid's version of Panorama, weren't it?
It was, yes.
So what could the Lows Down be, Tom? This is your man. Where do you want to place him?
The Bradford Bulls Human Resources Department intervened on Jimmy Lowe's behalf when he seems a bit upset one day. I don't know. I'm going off the top of my head. This was a good one, though.
Penny Crayon, obviously Kevin Penny. Now, I'd given you one for Penny Crayon already, haven't I, in the week? So my idea was that Kevin Penny becomes a caricature artist in Hyde Park.
Yeah.
So there you go.
With hilarious consequences. Right, okay, so I'm going to get my phone
We've got Colin Render.
Yes.
He's gone with Jamie and the Magic Torch, which again is a show I don't know.
I know it, yeah, it was a kid's cartoon, it was a British cartoon.
But I like what his thinking is. Jamie Lyon can transport into Cuckoo Land using his magic torch.
Yeah, fair enough.
There you go. He's gone quite literal on these. He's basically placed the rugby league player in the cartoon.
Yes.
We've got Ben 10. Ben Flower is the prop with a watch. That turns him into alien creatures. I had to go something more like Ben 10. You know, Ben Flower does 10 rounds with a real boxer to see how he can get on with his pugilistic skills, something like that.
Or it could have been Ben 10 brackets match ban.
Yeah.
And then it sort of speaks for itself.
13, but yeah.
Yes, but for the purposes of Ben 10... Oh, God.
Thunderbird.
Yeah.
Greg Bird works for International Rescue. And then Chris McEwen, he's gone with Fireman Sam. This is a good one as well. Sam Tompkins looks to investigate the dangers the fire brigade have to face on a daily basis.
Yes, very
That's exactly the kind of thing we were looking for.
Yes, precisely.
Yeah. So shall we take it in turns?
Yes, okay. Well, you know, off you go. What have we got?
I've got Thundercats.
Right.
People who listen to This Week in Legal know they can refer to Jamie Soward as the cat. Mm-hmm. So this would be about Jamie Soward's quest to overcome his fear of dangerous weather.
Okay, no problem at all. I've gone for Saved by the Bell, a heartfelt programme in which Dean Bell rescues a family of feral cats with hilarious consequences.
Good stuff. I've gone for Dungeons and Dragons. This is where Mike Cooper and Gareth Widdett do a tour of all historic castles and their dungeons for Australian television.
Okay, next up we've got The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, in which Jamie Lyon retreats and becomes an extensive recluse in an attempt to avoid paying hefty divorce bills.
I've got Flash Gordon, where Cronulla Sharks fullback winger Michael Gordon exposes himself to surfers on Cronulla Beach.
I have to get my phone out. Okay, in the Knights Garden, Kurt Gidley gives us his tips on horticulture.